It is Bootz World. These boots were made for more than just walking. Well, what do we have here? I want to say this, what I'm looking at has to be, it's Bootz World, people! Welcome to Bootz World. This is another extravaganza where I, your host, Bootz Durango, come to you and express everything and anything that I feel like expressing. Why? Because it's my time to do so. And if you have a problem with that, you need to stylishly leave my presence. Matter of fact, speaking of style, that is what today's show is actually on. It's on style. And actually, you know, I'm saying actually a lot because actually and factually and knowledgeably and educatedly, you know, people have their own type of style. You know, they carry themselves. The way that you carry yourself is style in that nature, and it's style in another nature. It's your presence. Your presence in itself is a style. Or the way that you do something, a task that you accomplish. It's a style. It's a way that you do something, okay? And what I'm going to be doing this show is breaking it down, how you do things, and, you know, maybe I could educate some people on how they shouldn't be doing some things in accordance to style. Now, these new age young folks call style swag, and I'm only 21 years old, so of course I use the word swag when I feel like it. But right now I feel like getting retro on them and saying style. You know, let's everybody say it at one time. Style. Okay? Style. And you have to say it like that. That makes you seem a little bit more bougie than you probably are, because I know you was backseat dumpster diving looking for that outfit that you came out the house with today. You know, I'm not gonna analyze outfits because I'm a type of person who believes in the freedom of expression, but certain things are just, you know, you just don't do, okay? Especially when it comes to style. I mean, it's not stylish to walk into a lunchroom and, you know, spill milk all over my clothes or all over your clothes. Not saying that really happened, because as you previously know, I do not deal with disrespect, okay? And if you disrespect me, you will get mushed, just like that religious whatever you want to call him that was out there yesterday. And if you have a video of that, I really need that, okay? And I know my UNCG people are listening. The paparazzi, UNCG paparazzi was out there, and I know you're listening. I need that video. If you want to know what I'm talking about more specifically, let me elaborate a little bit in a stylish way. So, each and every year around this time, we get these overly religious individuals that come to our school. And if you don't know, I go to the University of North Carolina at Greensboro, where I'm broadcasting live from right now. And basically, these people, they bombard our campus with insults in Jesus' name. Now, I don't know anything that it has a more blasphemous style than that. You know, you calling me a homosexual, and what made me snap was when he called me a cross-dressing he-she. Now, you know, at that moment in time, and what I explained to my friend Casey, who's over there in London, peace to London, and I miss you, Casey, I said to him that in that moment in time, everything went black, okay? And it was within my style that I had to mush him in his face. Now, I'm not the one to, you know, persecute religious figures, but when I feel that you are being blasphemous and utterly disrespectful towards me, then I have to take matters into my own garments, and that's what I did. I had to mush the glasses and the hat off your face, and I know somebody has that video, so I would love to share that with the world. So if you have that, please email that to me at BOOTZDURANGO@gmail.com. I know you have it. I know you have it. That's not the question, because I saw the camera phones come out when my fist went up. Now, with that being said, make sure you just carry yourself with style, people. You know, and in this world that we live in, some people don't have style. And I'm not talking about styles of clothing. I'm talking about style in general. Some people carry themselves, their swagger is lacking in vivacity. And what I mean by that is, you know, you can be the most unattractive individual, but if you carry yourself like you're the sexiest person in the room, you're going to be the sexiest person in the room. It happened to me on Sunday at Green Street, and if you don't know, I host parties each and every Sunday on Green Street, and I'm going to get into a specific individual style at Green Street a little bit later on in the show. But this individual at Green Street decides to, you know, I lost my train of thought. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to skip right to that individual I wanted to talk about. You know, don't come to Green Street to take your top off and try to, you know, take the microphone away from me. I don't play that. Okay? That is my occupation. That's how I make my money. So I will be unstylish. See, you almost got me out of character. I will be unstylish to, you know, put my hands on you. And I don't put my hands on females anyway, even though I am a homosexual cross-dressing he, she, like the pastor wants to tell me. But, you know, it's just a certain style and eloquence that you don't carry yourself like that. You don't take your top off in my party. Okay? In a place that I'm hosting a function, I don't want to be associated with people taking their tops off. Okay, unless it's an underwear party. Then my vagina is going to be out, as you've seen. But, you know, this happens to be the same individual who decides to attack me from Pim and Draw on Twitter. She also showed up to another one of my hostings at Q Lounge. And I don't know if she's trying to sabotage me, but it's my style to, you know, check a witch. You are now tuned into Bootz World, and I'm going to take you into some Outkast and some soulful, delectable songs later that are ever so stylish. And I just want to thank you. Thank you for, you know, following me, following the movement, and, you know, I'm going to blow up really soon. So I'm glad I can come to you now and just say, how you doing? How you doing? Hey, what up, YouTube world? I'm pretty high, as always. And, yeah, this show is on style, so I hope that you're stylishly watching me, and I love you guys. I really do. Thank you. And, you know, if you're watching, why don't you call in around this time? It's Wednesday, 9 o'clock a.m., 336-334-54... Ooh, that was so unstylish. 50. Make sure you call in, okay? I would love to talk to you guys, and you mean the world to me, so peace and blessings. Yeah, I was out of time, but it wasn't because I didn't know enough. You are currently listening to Bootz World. I am Bootz Durango, your host of the evening, or the morning, the dawn, the apocalypse, whatever you want to call it. Well, yes, if you are not currently on, you know, the YouTube videos or whatever, I suggest you go to www.youtube.com/BootzDurango so you can catch up and, you know, see me interact with these people in a more vivid fashion. But WWOW, that's Women With or Without, and the ADZ chapter of Omega Psi Phi have a talent show this Friday, March 16th in the Cone Ballroom A. Alright, that's at UNCG's campus, and I will be performing, and I'll be doing something that you may have not known that I can do. So, tickets are $3 in advance and $5 at the box office, so make sure you go out there and support myself as well as OMO Entertainment, who I've collaborated with in the past, as well as, you know, a variety of other students who like to get it in with the talent arena. So make sure you come out there, and, you know, I will have footage of that if you can't make it, of my performance anyway. And yeah, make sure you support this. Women With or Without, it's a group against the oppression of women, and I actually support that mission, so you got to get out there. Now, this is Melissa Vayo. You might be asking where Miss Dale is, YouTube people, and Miss Dale, she's shut down. She's out of commission for right now, so I had to cop me another laptop, and this is Melissa Vayo. She's excellent at what she does. Now, to continue the point that I was talking about before I made that announcement, that stylish announcement about the, you know, Women With or Without talent show, I was saying that you can be the ugliest person in the room, but your style and the way that you carry yourself makes you sexy. It makes you the sexiest person in the room. Let me tell you what happened. So it's this individual out there at Green Street, and, you know, I host parties each and every Sunday on Green Street. I'm not gonna keep plugging myself. Let me pause this music. If you are unaware, I plug myself a lot. I mean, and that's my style because it keeps me, you know, fluent and out there and stuff. But that gets exhausting. Sometimes I just want to talk. Why can't everybody just be on my piss? And by piss, I mean stuff. You know, it's just my style to say piss. Anyways, but yes, it was this individual there, and typically, I'm not attracted to these type of people, okay? He had gauges in his ears, he was tatted all the way up, you know, he was appealing in the face, you know, he was cute, but his swag and his confidence is what won me over, and I just had to get his number, and I did. It's my style to get them numbers, honey, okay? Them numbers keep coming in, honey, okay? But, you know, typically, he wasn't the most attractive person in the club, but he was the person I was drawn to get his number. Why? Because of his style, okay? And then you may ask me, well, Bootz, what kind of style should we have? You know, that's up to you to define, okay? Being a nerd is even stylish in the sense of being a nerd, okay? It's just a way that you carry yourself, you know? And the bottom line thing that you need to have with style is confidence, okay? If you don't have confidence, it don't matter what you're trying to look like, it's not gonna work. Okay? And that's the same thing he told me at Green Street. And I'm gonna say your name because I'm not talking bad about you. His name is Tad. Okay? And you know, I was saddened to say, because when I introduced myself, I said, "Who are you?" And he walked away, like he shaded me. And that, first of all, that made me gag because I was like, oh my God, like, he really got so balls. And not only that, you just confident enough to shade me. Like, that's awesome. Like, let's get to know each other. So, we're planning a little week event. And, you know, we're going to get up and stuff. And he won me over with the swag, the style, okay? And confidence behind any style equals swag. Boom, that's a formula. Confidence plus style equals swag. Boom! I'm about to tweet that. You are currently tuning in to Bootz World. Get in, get out. That was a good one. Confidence plus style equals swag. I'm tweeting that right now. Okay, I have to give a special shout out because I just received some information, okay? Maria Clara de Araújo. A-R-A-U with the accent over it, J-O. Maria Clara de Araújo. Maria Clara de Araújo. Shouts out to you. You are listening to me all the way in Brazil. In Brazil? Are you Brazil? I mean, thank you. I just have to say thank you. And I'm shouting you out because it means the world to me. I can't explain how I'm feeling right now, but I absolutely love you. And I just want to say thank you for taking the time to listen to Bootz World all the way in Brazil. You don't want none, gotta send them in the bun, and I don't give a fuck cause you don't want none. I am not your son, I am not your daughter, I am the charger, yes I am the starter, yes I smoke the fire and I don't retire and I keep get higher and I go get higher. I don't give a fuck about nobody because I don't never choke because I am a fucking lighter and I, woo. Look at me, woo, you. Thank you, ho, 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 ho. Ow! Woo! Now look at me. Oh, look at me. Oh, thank you, God. Okay, let me get over all the shenanigans and actually come to you and tell you about style like I promised I was going to. This show is about style, and you know, I know I'm getting a little eccentric today, but I mean, I just feel so good. You know, sometimes it's a student style to take a break, okay? And spring break actually was a rejuvenating process for me. I spent the majority of it in Charlotte, North Carolina with my lovely mother, and she has a very spiritual style about her. And I can't even put into words today, and it's probably because I'm too hot. But even with that being said, you know, it's my style to say this. Everybody needs a swag rejuvenation time period, okay? And I'm saying that to say this. People look how they feel on the inside, okay? So if you're not feeling too good about yourself, typically 9 times out of 10, your outfit is gonna reflect that, okay? So with that being said, everybody should take some time for themselves just to treat themselves to looking good. Because when you look good, you feel good. And when you feel good, you look good. It's a formula that works both ways. And now, I mentioned the formula earlier, and that was confidence plus style equals swag, okay? And everybody's so obsessed with swag these days, but swag is typically, in a nutshell, the way that you carry yourself. Now, not to say that anybody's swag is more than somebody else's. Like, I can't stand when somebody says, oh my God, they got so much swag. Like, well, what kind of swag do they got? Because the nerd in the corner, in the back corner, got as much swag as the hip-hop boy walking around here with his hat backwards. But it just depends on what you like and what you look for, okay? Now, with that being said, we all need to take a break sometimes and just get into our nightgown, take a day where we don't put on any makeup, take a day where we just pump out the house in just some sweatpants or something like that. Incognito, of course, so make sure you have some big sunglasses on. At least that's my style anyway. And, you know, just take some time to digest, especially if you're having a bad day or you're depressed or saddened by something. Make sure you just take some time and just let your outfit reflect that, and then pamper yourself. Bring it back, okay? Don't let those negative emotions take precedence over the way that you look, okay? Because I know my Aunt Sandra will cry a river, but honey, she's still gonna have her mascara on while she's doing it. I mean, and that's just the truth. And some people are like that, but you know, that puts her in a good mood. You never find her in a bad mood, even when she crying. So, I guess the lesson or the moral of this fairy tale would be the formula I previously stated, which was, you dress how you feel how you dress. So make sure you dress to impress, and I have no breasts. Okay, I have my own announcements to make, so allow me to do so. March 25th, which is a Sunday, the last Sunday in March, is a Let It Glow party at Club Green Street, hosted by myself. We're going to bring out the foam, we're going to bring out the bubble machines, we're going to bring out the glow sticks, we're going to bring out the glow hula hoops, we're going to do it all. I'm also recording a live mixtape at 11 o'clock that day, and that mixtape is called Angry Art. It's going to be a 5-track dance-like feel to a rap genre, so I'm excited about doing that, and that's going to be released a little bit later. I have a friend on Twitter, so allow me to grab Miss Melissa Vio, who is my new laptop because Miss Dale is currently out of commission. Her name is @SCOMMENTARY @SCommentary on Twitter, and she's coming out with a book, and you can check that out at mywordstarted.com/writings, so you can, you know, stay tuned on whatever she's doing, and I'm gonna actually look into it and report back to you a little bit later, because I actually want to, you know, see what she's getting herself into. Let's see what else is on the agenda. If you want to be a part of a twerk video that I'm shooting this Saturday, make sure you get in contact with me either through Twitter, and everything is Bootz Durango, BOOTZDURANGO. And if you don't know what twerking is, you don't need to be in the video. But basically, it's popping your butts, okay? Your faces will not be shown, but I do need butts to be popped. It's actually for a song that I have coming out called Hard Twerk. So, with that being said, what else? It's another announcement I need to make. Come to the talent show on Friday, UNCG people, because I'm going to be performing, and I'm actually going to be doing something that you might not know that I could do. Matter of fact, let me give you a little sample. I wonder what the hell I'm going to be doing. Alright, let me take you back into the music. My name is Bootz Durango, and it is almost 10 minutes till 10 o'clock. So, yeah, thank you for tuning in.
Peace.
Alright. Kevin Hart voice. It is 10 o'clock a.m. and today is March 14, 2012. And my name is Bootz Durango, and welcome to my world. This is Bootz World, and each and every Wednesday I'm here. 9 o'clock in the morning till 11 o'clock in the morning, and then I gotta go to class like everybody else. Now, today's topic is on style, and there's a particular style that I do not deal well with, which is shade and conceit. Let me tell you what happened, okay? So, where do I begin? Basically, there is a individual who's very pretty, extremely gorgeous, and she is, I'm trying to be politically correct on how I word this, because I don't want nobody to be offended. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm actually drawing from my personal experiences here. So, I don't want to offend anybody, but, I mean, if the shoe fits, it's time to wear Cinderella. But she is very pretty. She's also extremely conceited. And I cannot stand that particular type of style, okay? even in the way that she dresses now, I see conceit. Why? Because your style is that of a conceited person. I can't too much feed into you anymore. Like, and you know, and when you mix that conceit with some type of shade, let me tell you what happened. So, it's the individual that I used to mess with. I label him Pumpkin, okay? And I really wasn't, you know, messing with him or anything like that because, hey, I just thought he was cute. And he's the new gay boy on the scene, so, you know, I just wanted to get to know him a little bit better. We smoked the pine one time and played footsie. I mean, it was moving just a little too slow for me. And I'm saying that because, you know, Jezebel, who I introduced last show, is one of my alter egos, my whorish alter ego. She is a little bit promiscuous. She wants things to move at a progressive rate. So when that doesn't happen, she grows bored and then we move on. And that's just what the philosophy is. I dropped a song on that called Get It Poppin', Keep It Moving. Get it poppin' and keep it moving. I mean, that's just, I'm 21 years old. I don't want to settle down. I don't want to move too slow. I just want to be protected and have some fun. What's wrong with that? You know, I don't see anything wrong with it. If you see something wrong with it, hey, you probably the one who's always mad and walking around here whose dress, who's the way they feel is affected by how they dress. I mean, the way that they dress is affected by how they feel, you know, and you the one not getting none. Okay? I like to have fun. I like to explore people in their bodies. Anyways, with that being said, it's an individual. She's extremely conceited to the point that I can't even bring myself to give you a compliment anymore. And I love giving out compliments when they're due. And I can't even give you that because every time you enter the building, you expect for people to stop in awe at your beautiness. But the problem is you've been around here so long, everybody's used to you. Move. Get out of the state and get out of my face. But with that being said, you know, Pumpkin was an individual who, like I said, you know, I was intrigued by because he's the new person on the scene. Everybody wants to get to know him. Everybody wants to know who he is. I got his number. I got to know him. We smoked the pine one time. It was moving too slow. Jezebel said keep it moving, so I kept it moving. So last night, I'm on a webcam Skype with my girl Casey, who is currently in London. Shouts out to London. Like I said previously, we miss you so humbly. Baby girl, pop on Twitter 123 because I see you tweeting me. Anyways, but I get a phone call from this conceited individual, and what happened was she says to me, what's the name of that video where you tried to rob somebody? Somebody tried to rob me. Bootz, Durango. I gotta go. Hung up on her. 2 seconds later, Pumpkin called me. And Pumpkin said, what's the name of that video where you tried to rob somebody? Now, first of all, if you are or if you're not an avid member in the gay community, it's something called shade, baby. And it's clocked, okay? And when you clock the shade, that's when, you know, you make it known that I understand what you're trying to do, boo. And I did. At that moment in time, me and Casey, we sat back and we looked at each other like, you know, he's drunk at 4 o'clock in the morning. And I'm sitting up here like, you know, what just happened there? You know what I'm saying? Not that Pumpkin was that relevant to me anyways at this point in time, because I can show you the text messages where I said, you know, I'm not interested anymore. Which I'm not. But I think what it is spitefulness. You know, and when people are that pretty, they have some type of insecurity. Whether they want to admit it, whether they're the most confident people or not, you have some type of lingering insecurity. So, does it make you feel better about yourself to talk to or throw in my face that you're talking to somebody that, you know, I tried to sleep with? I said it. I'll say it again, too. I just don't understand the relevance. And for Pumpkin to do something like that. Now, mind you, I did drunk call Pumpkin on Sunday and said, hey, let's smash. I did do that. But why? Because I was horny. And I'm promiscuous. Hey, this is my world. I have to be honest. I'm not going to sit up here and lie. Okay? That's one thing I'm not going to do. That's what we're not going to do. Merlot! That's what we're not gonna do, okay? And when things move a little too slow, I let you go, and we have to move on. Unless I'm really, really feeling you, and you can change my mentality about this, because I have a roster. And my roster is not always adding members, but my roster has a position open. I'm trying to fill that position. Meaning I'm not getting any right now. I haven't had sex in about a month or two. So therefore, when people present themselves and they're attracted to me and I get your number, we're smoking the pine, the thing that's on my mind is, what's up? But let's get back to style. The style in which you did this was disgusting. Okay, you're conceited, and I really just don't want to deal with you anymore. Huh, that's me. The phone's ringing. Let me answer that. Living in my head in the fast lane. WAG, Bootz, Durango speaking. How may I be of assistance?
You're doing the right thing, man.
Thank you.
I just had a similar experience where a friend of mine comes and shows up drunk at, in my case, 6 in the morning.
Okay.
Have a cup of coffee with me. He's been up all night. He probably will be up the next 4 days.
Okay.
And you just have to say no to these people, and it's very, very difficult. And I was lucky. I didn't have to. The guy got evicted yesterday.
Oh, so you ain't had no problem.
That's right.
Now,
I was very lucky.
Now, is this person conceited?
Yes.
Ugh.
You know, but the thing of it is, though, is you're gonna sympathize with this person because it, you know, they can't help it.
Right. That, you know, and that's another point I want to make. It's just like you know, they can't help the way that they act, but we can help the way that we respond to them. But it just comes to a point where you get tired and fed up with dealing with the bullshit. Am I lying?
That's right. And so you're doing the right thing. Talk to you later, man.
What's your name?
Manuel Chill.
One more time.
Manuel?
Manuel. Okay, I'm about to shout you out.
All right, bye.
Thanks, Manuel. We just had a lovely individual by the name of Manuel call in. And if you want to call me, just make sure you dial 336-334-5450. I'm here till 11 o'clock. Now, Manuel called in and he wanted to give me some words of encouragement. And he tells me that I'm doing the right thing by addressing this issue. And and he also brought up another point. He said, you know, he's going through a similar situation where he had a roommate who just got evicted or something like that. And he was in the same kind of predicament. And, you know, he was like, I'm doing the right thing. You know, let him go. So, Pumpkin, I wasn't even thinking about Pumpkin at that point in time. I don't even know why I picked up the phone. It was 12 o'clock at night. But I just, you know, the conceit that comes off of the first individual who decides to call me first. Mind you, let me recap real quick. I got a phone call, and the phone call said that they wanted to identify a video. And then Pumpkin called me, he wanted to identify the same video. So what that did was kind of let me know that them two was chilling or them two talked, or I don't know. Or maybe it was some type of odd coincidence. I don't know. But what I do know is that, you know, the people who are conceited like that and who have a conceited sense of style, even though they may be fashionable and may be aesthetically appealing, you know, it's only so much that the world can take of that. I'm sorry, it's only so much. Don't nobody want to be around somebody talking about I'm the baddest bee in here. Don't nobody want to be around that. I don't go around tooting my horn like that, and I'm pretty sure half the people that drive cars don't go around tooting their own horn like that. But I just, you know, the only thing I can say is, you know, I'm not accustomed to that sense of style, okay? I'm not accustomed to a conceited sense of style, and it's very much so a turnoff. It's only so much I can take. And then not only that, you know, this individual also, you know, I brought her over my house, and we're chilling with somebody else that I'm interested in, and they try to talk to them too. The moral of the story is, keep people away from your interest, okay? And cut conceited people out of your life. I mean, they're not going to do anything for you. They're just going to make things more and more complicated. And I'm getting a text message. It must be about this. And, you know, my boss, Grady Green, decides to text me right now talking about he's the baddest too. Grady, you are pretty bad because you hired me as PR at Green Street. I'm going to interview the dream. April 13th. Grady, you've been the best boss ever. But, you know, I'm glad you're not conceited because I might would have quit. But I can never quit that job. I mean, I love y'all. I love y'all so much. But, you know, this conceited tragedy of an individual has got to go. I done ranted about this mother for 10 minutes. I still don't feel like I'm done. I still don't feel like I'm done ranting about it. But, I'm going to turn this up. I can't do it. I can't do it. You baby, lonely night. Oh, the phone ringing. Hold on. WAG, Bootz Durango speaking. How may I be of assistance?
Good morning, Bootz Durango. This is First Lady Chris Rice. How are you?
Hey, First Lady Chris Rice. How are you doing today?
I'm great. I was just calling you because I was tuning into your wonderful show, and I heard some of the stuff you were saying.
Okay.
And you are so true about, me, myself, being an attractive person. I have some insecurities myself. But walking around tooting your own horn ain't gonna get you nowhere. It's tacky and it's tasteless. And it makes people not want to be around you.
I mean, that's true. And I mean, the sad part about it is these conceited individuals like my friend Manuel who just called say, they can't help it. That's just how they are. And I just...
You know what? They can help it, but they want to take some light off what's really going on in their lives, so they just talk about how pretty they are. So people won't really know.
Oh. So they're masking their insecurities by being...
I'm beautiful, I'm bitch, I'm Beyonce, no boo.
Okay, Miss Chris Rice. Okay, Miss Chris Rice. I absolutely...
Have a wonderful morning.
You do the same. I absolutely love you, First Lady. And how can people find you on Twitter? What's your Twitter?
@_Chris Rice.
@_Chris Rice. Miss Chris Rice, I absolutely love you, and I'm gonna shout you out right now. And if you attack me again like you did last night, my car is gonna run right up your ass, bitch.
Look, bitch.
I love him. Okay, we gotta make this announcement. Okay, I just had a caller call in, and it's @_Chris Rice. He calls in and says that the only reason people are that conceited is because they are trying to mask something or trying to, cover something up. Therefore, you can be that conceited. And the way we got into that is I said, Manuel called earlier and said people can't help being that conceited sense of style. And Miss Chris Rice says that, oh no, they can help it. They just choose not to because they're trying to cover something up. Okay, either way, I can't deal with the conceited sense of style any longer. I mean, I just have to X that out of my life because it's not doing nothing for me. And then they want to talk to everybody's man and trying to get with everybody who other people trying to get with. And I could see if you didn't know. But you know. Oh, you can tell I'm getting upset because I repeat myself. That's how ghetto girls do it. That's the ghetto sense of style, okay? Ghetto girls will repeat themselves. They'll be like, I don't know. And they'll keep going and going and going. And that's that ghetto sense of style. And I don't knock them for their hustle. But what I do knock is that conceited sense of style. I can't do nothing with it. And as my grandma says, good night in the morning. Oh, let me play the right track, honey. I feel like I need some Gnarls Barkley in my life. WAG, this is Bootz Durango speaking. How may I be of assistance?
Hey, this is Tarai. I'm calling from Houston, Texas.
Your name is what?
Tarai Dunn. I'm calling from Houston, Texas.
Hi, how are you? Thank you for calling. Oh my God, Houston, Texas, in the building. In the building.
My Twitter name is Young with Plans for Shot.
Okay, tweet me right now so I can make sure to shout you out, okay?
Okay.
Okay, now give me something about style. What can't you stand about some people's style?
When somebody is matchy-matchy. You cannot be matchy-matchy when you're trying to look good.
That is so true. I mean, because sometimes, I was watching this show last night with Jessica Simpson, and that fashion show, you know what I'm talking about? Well, anyways, this one designer, she had a collection full of red. Like, everything was red, and nobody buy her clothes. Nobody. Like, she got sent off the show the first day, and I was like, that matchy-matchy goes right along with that. I can't do it. Thank you so much for calling in, my darling. Make sure you tweet me so I can promote you the right way on this airwave, okay?
Alright.
I absolutely love you.
Yeah, you too.
Yo, I gotta shout out somebody very, very special to me. It's @Young Rapunzel, at Young Rapunzel. That's at YUNGRAPUNZEL on Twitter. He just called in from Houston, Texas, baby. And most definitely, of course, you're going to be on the YouTube video, darling. That's not even a question. I'm just excited and thanking you for calling in all the way from Houston, Texas. You mean the world to me. And what his words of advice was on style is people who are too matchy-matchy. You don't want to be too matchy-matchy. So if you have on a blue blouse, do not wear a blue skirt the same color as that blouse, and then want to put on some blue earrings the same color as that blouse and that skirt that match your pumps that are, what, blue. That looks a mess. That's why people on that show, I don't know what's the name of that show, but Jessica Simpson is hosting it with Nicole, whatever her name is, and the man in the middle of the thing, you know, he was running his mouth, and H&M was there, and Macy's was there, and they give these young designers an opportunity to showcase what they got, but Jessica Simpson is the face of that show. But these designers were on there, and this one lady had a collection that was just so red, and she had this big pockets on the front and things like that. I just couldn't get with it. It was too what? Matchy-matchy. So at Young Rapunzel, you wanted something, darling, and I'm now following you on Twitter. Thank you for calling in. Man, I just gotta do this right quick. I gotta do a celebrity read real quick before I take you into these PSAs. But shouts out to Wiz Khalifa, who released a mixtape yesterday that actually broke datpiff.com's server because too many people wanted to go online and download that. Wiz Khalifa, I have to salute you. I have to salute you because normally when artists go mainstream, they, you know, stop feeding the street. And you are turning to a website that I even have utilized to release some of my music, and you're releasing some of your music there. And it's just inspirational to see that you are where you are right now and you're still releasing, you know, mixtapes on datpiff.com, breaking the internet and stuff, and you deserve it. So thank you for staying true to who you are, as well as, you know, The Dream. I have an interview with him April 13th, and I'm very excited. I'm working on that interview with J. Cole, and even if I don't get the interview with J. Cole when he comes for UNCG's event April 21st, I am going to be front row. I have front row tickets to his concert, so I'm going to be on that front row with a frying pan on my head and 2 fake eggs in the frying pan. Why? Because I'm cooking up something for you, Cole, and I need you in my life. You understand what I'm talking about? I need you to take me to Jay-Z or to some representative of Rock Nation and give me what I want. And then let me tell you something. This is my strategy that I'm going about doing this. I'm not going to flaunt my material to these people because they get that all the time. I'm going to give them adequate interviews, or I'm going to make myself seen, and then I'm just going to simply hand them a small little envelope. It's going to be a white envelope, and it's going to have their name on there, or it's going to have, you know, something on there. And it's just going to be a business card and a USB that consists of my best work. And after that, it's in God's hands. Now, I am going to X Factor May 1st. If you don't know about that, everybody in Greensboro should. It's going to be at the Greensboro Coliseum, and just go to xfactor.com and fill out the paperwork and register online and everything like that, and you will be down there in X Factor. I know I'm going to be down there, and you know, I'm using the tactic. It's about, you know, getting somebody's attention off gate, and what's the easiest way to do that? By appearance. So I don't know if you've seen my performing attire, but I go all out. I'm not necessarily gaga with it, but I do my thing with it, you know, and I do believe in fantasy costume attire. And I have to reference Erykah Badu again. Erykah Badu says it best, you know, in performing artistry, a shock value is involved. And, you know, once you spark their attention with your appearance, you know, and I know it's going to be harder to spark rap people and, you know, especially predominantly heterosexual men in the entertainment industry's attention with the way that I gender bend and cross-dress and things like that, but my talent speaks for itself and my backstory will speak for itself. So make sure in your endeavors that you always look in the ins and outs and how people perceive you, and you have to know the struggles that you put against. But you know what? With God and Whitney Houston on my side, rest in peace, Whitney Houston. I had a very inspirational dream about Whitney Houston, and I actually you know, I'll say this. I dreamed Whitney Houston prevented a sex tape of me being leaked out. This is weird, right? I know it's the weirdest thing, but I had a dream that Whitney Houston stopped a sex tape from being leaked out, and she told me, "I will never leave you, baby. I always got your back." That's how she said it. Now, this was prior to that interview with Oprah and Bobby Christina being released, and Bobby Christina said that Whitney Houston comes to her and says the same things. So my philosophy behind that, and I am a spiritual person, but I'm not religious, but I do believe Whitney Houston has my back. And I say that with full seriousness. So regardless of if X Factor works, if, you know, all of my endeavors work, something is going to work, and my dreams are going to come true. They are going to come true. I have no doubt. So you are tuned in to Bootz World. Let me take you into some commercials and I'll be right back. Peace and magnificent blessings. I'm so nasty. Alright, y'all. Today's show is about style. Today's show is about style, and it's Wiz Khalifa style to crash that piff, and I have no problem with that because you're staying true to the street, and I have to salute you. And it's one of my coworkers' style to get an interview with the Chancellor. Okay, this is Greensboro Radio Show Outlooks on the World. This is the Grow Show. The interview with Linda Brady will be from 5 o'clock to 6 o'clock p.m. Oh, I need a date on that. I think it's Wednesday, or I think it's today. I think it's today. But I need a day. But it's about budget cuts. So make sure you tune in. I'm going to get you more specific information on Twitter. And if she's still in the building, I hope she's coming back to clarify that because I need that date out there. Now, with that being said, you know, everybody should have it. Thursday. Okay, she came up in here, honey. It's Thursday. Make sure you come get that interview and listen to that interview at WUAG, this station right here on Thursday from 5 to 6 o'clock. Okay, now, you need to have an ambitious style, okay? You need to be brave. And I'm not going to say be fearless because everybody has fears, but be brave and conquer your fears, okay? If you decide to wear something that, you know, might not be appropriate or might push the envelope a little bit, according to your setting, judge your judgment off of and make sure that you execute that, because what that's going to show is that you are bold enough to step out of your comfort zone and you might be able to inspire somebody else to switch their style up, you know, especially if, you know, like I said earlier, and I cannot say this better than this. The way that you dress is the way that you feel. The way that you feel is the way that you dress. It's a formula, okay? It's a formula that can go either way. In verse, out verse, up verse, down verse. Either way, the formula is like that. So maybe just by you stepping out of the box a little bit, that might be able to inspire somebody else to do the same thing. It's not even, you know what? It's represented clearly with my two best friends, and that's Peaches and Miss J. Miss J does hair, so if you want a hairstyle, make sure you get in contact with her. Her Twitter name is at LALASIZAHANDS89. That's Lala Scissorhands 89, and she used to do my hair before I locked it up with my yarn myself. Now, you can obviously tell that the way that Miss J steps out of the box has inspired my best friend, whose name is Miss Peaches, to do the same thing. Okay, so it works. Okay, and you know, not to say that Miss Peaches ever felt bad about herself or anything like that, but she switched her swag up, and now she, you know, she loves it, and I love it on her, and you know, the general public is loving it on her as well. That swag is on point. And you know, I have to give credit to Jaquela or Lala Scissorhands for, you know, introducing her and pushing her to do so. You know, so maybe if you step out the box, you might inspire somebody to adorn themselves a different way that can fix the way that they feel, okay? That's why they do these makeovers. You know, on Bravo, or is that E? Some type of network with that lady with the gray streak in her hair. I can't stand her, though. She always talking down to the people. You don't have to degrade somebody to inspire them, and that's just not my style. You know, I don't do that. But I believe that they take these people and they put new clothes on them and give them new hair and new lashes and new nails and stuff, and the next thing you know, they feel so much better about themselves, okay? So maybe just take a little piece of this, you know, try on something new. Me, I walk around with trash bags on my feet, you know, that's what, and newspaper skirts, and like I said, I'm gonna wear a frying pan on my head during the J. Cole concert, and I feel as if dress and adornment can inspire a nation. That's why fashion is such a big industry, okay? But just make sure you inspire people in the right way. If it is true that you feel how you dress and you dress how you feel, inspire somebody to dress differently, and then you can inspire them to feel a different way. You are currently tuned into Bootz World. It is almost 10:45, and I'm gonna have to be right back with some announcements, but I might skip those announcements and give you my own. Why? Because this is Bootz World, people. Get in, get out. Get in, get out. I said, shouts out to Cocaine the 80s. I have to read this tweet real quick. Listening to Ed Durango on this wonderful day, cooking me some breakfast. If it weren't for Bootz, my Wednesdays would be shot. #love. I absolutely love you too, darling. Oh my God. That tweet just made my morning. Alright, you guys, it's time to close the show. First of all, let me deliver the done list, and I'm done with lips that do not have, the gold lipstick that I put on this morning. Vividly on them, and I just put them on. If you want to see the YouTube videos, go to www.youtube.com/BOOTZ I am currently done with conceited people. Those that have a conceited sense of style and think that just because they are pretty and they are all about themselves that everybody's supposed to bow down and forfeit their love interest to them. That's not going to happen, and I'm done with you. I'm done with that pastor or that religious bigot that was outside of UNCG yesterday, and I had to actually baptize him in the name of Jesus. I'm done with you, but I'm not done with that video footage. So if you have that video footage, make sure you upload that, or message it to me, or do something. Get in contact with Bootz Durango, because I need that footage to be putting hands on that pastor, because some people don't believe me, and I'm gonna have to put my hands on them to show them that, oh yes, honey, oh yes, if I put my hands on somebody like that, of course I'm gonna put my hands on somebody like you. Anyway, I'm done with that. Have to give a specific shout out to my girl Casey. It's almost like you never left, we talk so much, but you're out there in London holding it down. I absolutely love you. I have to shout out all of my girls, Anthony, Chris, Rice, Nelson, and Josh. I absolutely love you guys too. My best friend Tequila, who I had crab legs with yesterday, I love you from the bottom of my heart, as well as my friend Miss J, Jaquela. She's also a stylist, and this show is on style, so make sure you look her up. That's at LALASICAHANDS 89. That's Lala Scissorhands 89 on Twitter. And she used to do my hair, all the weaves that I used to get done. Yes, she did that, but I did this yarn and I'm very proud of this yarn. I did it myself. The name of this weave is When the Real Meets the Fake. Why? Because you don't know where my real hair ends, and you don't know where my fake hair begins. Now, with that being said, I'm going to give you a couple of more announcements, then I'm out of here, okay? And I hope you guys have a wonderful day and a stylish day. But make sure you're at Green Street March 25th for the Let It Glow party. We're going to have glow, we're going to have a bubble machine, we're going to have, glow sticks, we're going to have pyro. Well, I don't know about the pyro, but I'm gonna try to make something happen, you know what I'm saying? So make sure you come out there. I'm hosting a party. It's gonna be my function. I'm actually recording a live mixtape then. I have an article that just came out from FM Greensboro, and they covered me, and they asked me some really good questions about, Nicki Minaj blocking me on Twitter and things like that, as well as some upcoming events that I have going on. But yes, I'm recording a live mixtape, a live dance track mixtape. I'm kind of feeling like Skrillex and Above and Beyond and groups like that. That dance craze is taking over me right now, and I feel the need to bring the rap to it. So that's what I'm going to do March 25th at 11 o'clock, and I'm going to be opened by one of my lovely supporters. Her name is Hollywood, and I absolutely adore her too. That flyer is going to be out by next week, so make sure you come out there to that. This Friday, tickets for the WWOW, that's Women with or Without Talent show, is on sale right now. They're $3 in the box office and $5 at the door, so make sure you come out there. I'm going to be performing, and I'm going to be doing something that you may not know that I could have done. As well as, I'm going to sing and play the piano. We all know I'm going to do that, but I'm going to open my performance with something very special, so I hope you all come out there for that. I have an interview with The Dream April 13th when he comes to Club Green Street, and just to let everybody know, I'm official Green Street PR right now, and I'm gonna get all the interviews of everybody that comes through. And what else is there going on in my life? J. Cole has a concert April 21st. Make sure you get up with UNCG Cab and get your tickets for that, even though I got the, a front row ticket, and I'm gonna be in the front row with a frying pan on my head. Now, with that being said, make sure you look yourself in the mirror today and say that I have an immaculate style, and my style represents how I feel. Because I feel great, I'm going to look great. Make sure you look good, because why you feel good. It's the formula that I mentioned earlier in the show. And I hope each and every one of you have the confidence that you have to be successful in this society. I absolutely love each and every one of you. Follow me on Twitter at BOOTZDURANGO, YouTube BOOTZDURANGO, Facebook BOOTZDURANGO. Bootz Durango is on everything. BOOTZDURANGO. You get me upset, and that's the same style I had to mush that pastor in the face with last night. So with that being said, I'm out of here, and I hope you guys have a magnificent day. And if you don't hear from me, then apparently your style is lacking in some type of element. I'm out of here. Peace.
It is Bootz World.
These boots were made for more than just walking.